speed, Slate first Abby, followed by Henry, and action.
Hi, I'm Abby Leahy, playing the role of Mary.
Hello, my name is Henry Novus, and I'll be playing Norman.
Okay.
You're very kind.
It's all for you. I'm not hungry. Please go ahead. You eat like a bird.
You would know, of course.
Not really. I heard the expression that one's like, eat like a bird. It's really falsity. Falsity because birds eat like a trumps a lot. Oh, I don't know anything about birds. My hobbies is stuffing things, taxiing, and I guess I'd just rather stuff birds because, well, I hate the looks of beasts when they are stuffed, foxes and chimps and all. Some people even stuff dogs and cats, but I can't. I think only birds look well stuffed because they're rather possessive to begin with, most of them.
It's a strange hobby.
I'm coming too.
I imagine so.
It's not expensive, what do you think? Cheap, really. Needles, threads, sawdust. The chemicals are the cost of anything.
A man should have a hobby.
It's more than a hobby. Sometimes a hobby is supposed to pass the time, not fill it.
Is your time so empty?
Oh no. I run the office, tend the cabins, go and grounds, do a little chores for mother. The ones she'll allow I might be capable of doing.
You go out with friends?
Friends? Who needs friends? Abel's best friend is mother. You never had an empty moment in your whole life, have you?
Only my share.
Where are you going? I don't mean to pray.
I'm looking for a private island.
What do you want me to do?
Why do you ask?
No, people never run away from anything. The rain doesn't last very long. You know what I think? I think you on a private work trap, private traps, climbed in them. None of us can ever climb out. We scratch each other and fall for it and never budge an inch.
Sometimes we deliberately step into those traps.
I was born in mine. I don't mind anymore.
You should mind it.
Oh, I do. But I don't.
If anyone ever spoke to me the way I've heard, the way you spoke to you, I don't think I could ever laugh again. Sometimes when she talks that way to me, I'd like to curse her out and leave her forever. Or at least defy her. But I shouldn't. She's ill. She sounded strong.
I mean, ill. She had to raise me all by herself after Dad died. I was only 5, but I must have been a strain. Oh, she didn't have to go out anything. Dad left us when I was little or something. Anyway, 5 years ago, Mother met a man. He talked her into building a motel. We could have talked her into anything. And then, well, it just came too much for her when he died too. And the way that he died. Oh, it's nothing to talk about when you're eating. Anyway, it was too much for my mother. She had nothing left.
Except you.
A son is a poor substitute for a lover.
Why don't you go away?
To a private island? Like you?
No, not like me.
It's too late for me now. And besides, who will look after her? She's been all alone up there. The fire. We'll go out and dump coal. Like a grave. When you love someone, and you do love that someone, even if you hate them. Oh, don't hate her. I hate her. What I become. I hate the illness.
Wouldn't it be better if you put her in some place?
An institution? Madhouse? People always call it madhouse. Some place. Put her in some place?
Okay. And roll in. Speed. Action.
She sounded strong.
I mean, ew. She had to raise all by myself after Dad died. I was only 5, and it must have been a strain. Oh, she didn't have to go out of work or anything. Anyway, 5 years ago, Mother had met a man. He talked her into a building motel. We could have talked her into anything. And well, it was just too much for her when he died too. And the way he died, there was nothing to talk about when you're eating. Anyway, it was too much of a loss for my mother. She had nothing left.
Except you.
A son is a poor substitute for a lover.
Why don't you go away?
To a private island like you?
No, not like me.
It's too late for me, and besides, who'll look after her? She'll be all alone up there, and the fire will go out, damp and cold, like a grave. When you love someone, you don't do that to them, even if you hate them. Oh, I don't hate her. I hate what she became. I hate the illness.
Wouldn't it be better if you put her in some place?
An institution? Madhouse? People called a madhouse someplace. Put her in some place?
And cut. Rolling, speed, and slate first, Elizabeth, action.
Elizabeth Miller reading for Norma.
Brandon Snyder reading for Gillis.
Get out.
You know, next time I'll bring my autograph album along, or maybe a hunk of cement and ask for your footprints.
Just a minute.
Yes.
You're a writer, yeah?
Why?
Are you or aren't you?
Well, I think that's what it says on my driver's license.
And you've written pictures, right?
Yeah, sure have. The last one I wrote was about cattle rustlers. Before they were through it, and the whole thing played on a torpedo boat.
Okay, thank you. Speed, action, slate first, Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Crowley, and I am reading for Norma.
Hi, I'm Eddie Cuelfet, and I will be reading for Guinness. You know, next time I'll bring my autograph album along, or maybe a hunk of cement and ask for your footprints.
Just a minute, you.
Yeah?
You're a writer, you said?
Why?
Are you or aren't you?
Well, I think that's what it says on my driver's license.
And you have written pictures, haven't you?
Sure have. The last one I wrote was about cattle rustlers. Before they were through with it, the whole thing played on a torpedo boat.
And cut. Rolling, speed, action, slate first.
I'm Nikki Pirzari, and I'll be reading for Norma.
I'm Will Sims reading for Gillis.
Just a minute, you.
Yeah?
You're a writer, you said?
Why?
Are you or aren't you?
Well, yeah, I think that's what it says on my driver's license.
And you have written pictures, haven't you?
Sure have. Last one I wrote was about the cattle rustlers. Before they were through with it, the whole thing played on a torpedo boat.
And cut. Rolling, speed, action.
Monica De La Mori reading for Norma.
G. Dustin Sanborn reading for Gillis.
Just a minute.
Yeah?
You're a writer, aren't you?
Well, yeah, that's what it says on my driver's license.
Are you or aren't you?
Well, yeah. Like I said, I think that's what it says on my driver's license.
And you have written pictures, haven't you?
Yeah, I sure have. The last one I wrote was about cattle rustlers. Before they were through it, the whole thing played on a torpedo boat. You're getting a little too close, Cougar.
Rolling, speed, action, slate, Julie, followed by Julie.
Julie Ellis, I'll be reading for Phyllis.
Julian Navarro reading for Neff.
He's got a lot on his mind. He doesn't want to listen to anything except maybe a baseball game on the radio. Sometimes we sit all evening without saying a word to each other.
Sounds pretty dull.
So I just sit and knit.
Is that what you married him for?
Maybe I like the way his thumbs hold up the wool.
Yeah, anytime his thumbs gets tired.
I want to ask you something, Mr. Neff. Could I get an accident policy for him without bothering him at all?
How's that again?
That would make it easier for you too. You wouldn't have to talk to him. I have a little allowance of my own. I could pay for it, and he needn't know anything about it.
Okay. Wait a minute. Why shouldn't he know?
Because I know he doesn't want accident insurance, and he's superstitious about it.
A lot of people are. It's fun, isn't it?
If there was a way to get it like that, all the worry would be over. You see what I mean, Walter?
Sure, I got good eyesight. You want him to have the policy without him knowing it? And that means without the insurance company knowing that he doesn't know. That's the plan, isn't it?
Is there anything wrong with that?
Cut. Speed, action, slate first, Abby.
Hi, I'm Abby, and we'll be waiting for Phyllis.
My name's Henry Novas, and I'll be playing Niff.
So I just sit and knit.
Is that what you married him for?
Maybe I like the way his thumbs hold up the wool.
Anytime his thumb gets tired?
I want to ask you something, Mr. Neff. Could I get an accident policy for him without bothering him at all?
How's that again?
That would make it easier for you, too. You wouldn't even have to talk to him. I have a little allowance of my own. I could pay for it. And he doesn't need to know about anything.
Wait a minute. Why shouldn't he know?
Because I know he doesn't want accident insurance. He's superstitious about it.
A lot of people are. Funny, isn't it?
Is there a way to get like that all the worry would be over? You know what I mean, Walter?
Sure. I got good eyesight. You want him to have the policy without knowing it. And it means without insurance company knowing that he doesn't know. That's the setup, isn't it?
Is there anything wrong with him?
Speed, action, skip, slate first.
My name's Skip. I'm reading for Neff.
And my name's Kendall Wolfred, and I'm reading for Phyllis.
Sounds pretty dull.
So I just sit and knit.
Is that what you married him for?
Maybe I like the way his thumbs hold up the wool.
And when his thumbs get tired?
I want to ask you something, Mr. Neff. Could I get an accident policy for him without bothering him at all?
How's that again?
That would make it easier for you too. You wouldn't even have to talk to him. I have a little allowance of my own. I could pay for it, and he doesn't need to know anything about it.
Wait a minute. Why shouldn't he know?
Because I know he doesn't want accident insurance. He's superstitious about it.
A lot of people are. Funny, isn't it?
If there was a way to get it like that, all the worry would be over. See what I mean, Walter?
Sure. I've got good eyesight. You want an insurance policy on him he doesn't know about, and the insurance company doesn't know he doesn't have the important policy on him. That's a setup, isn't it?
Is there anything wrong with that?
It's a lovely.